Hey folks, let's talk about a man who ruled the Mafia with a grip of steel for over 50 years, Stefano The Undertaker Magaddino. He was born October 10th, 1891, in Castellammarese del Golfo, Sicily, and died July 19th, 1974, at 82 in Niagara Falls, New York. They called him The Undertaker because of his funeral parlor business, but also because he buried plenty of enemies. I've dug into the old stories from Buffalo's underworld, and let me tell you, Magaddino was a Sicilian don who built an empire in upstate New York. But his greed and paranoia brought it all crashing down. He's from Castellammarese del Golfo, a mafia hotbed in Sicily. Born into a family already tied to the life, his brother Antonino was a big shot back home. In 1902, at 11, he sails to New York with his family, lands in Brooklyn. By his teens, he's running with the Castellammarese clan, a tight Sicilian crew. He's arrested in 1915 for killing another Sicilian, beats the rap, but it's clear he's no stranger to blood. Around 1921, he moves to Buffalo, sets up in Niagara Falls, starts a funeral parlor, Magaddino Memorial Chapel. That's where the nickname comes from, but it's also a perfect front for bootlegging during Prohibition. He's smuggling whiskey across the Canadian border, making a fortune, and by 1922, he's boss of the Buffalo crime family, later called the Magaddino family. He's a key player in the 1930-31 Castellammarese War. Sides with Salvatore Maranzano against Joe Masuria in New York, sends men and guns to help. When Maranzano wins and sets up the five families, Magaddino's already a power in Buffalo, controlling rackets from western New York to Ohio, even parts of Canada. His family's small, about 50 made guys, but mighty. He's got gambling, loan sharking, extortion, and a piece of the Canadian drug trade. Builds legit businesses too, owns a taxi company, a cheese factory, even dabbles in real estate. Marries Carmela, has 4 daughters, Josephine, Anna, Arcangela, Pietra, and lives in a modest house in Niagara Falls, later Lewiston. He's a family man, but don't cross him. Here's where he gets ruthless. In 1957, Albert Anastasia, boss of what's now the Gambino family, gets whacked in a barbershop. Magaddino's in on it. Anastasia wanted to muscle into his territory, so he greenlights the hit with Carlo Gambino. That same year, he's at the Apalachin meeting, November 14th, 1957, at Joe Barber's estate in upstate New York. 60 bosses show up to settle the Anastasia fallout, but state troopers raid the place. Magaddino bolts, hides in a barn, gets away, but the bust exposes the Mafia to the feds like never before. J. Edgar Hoover can't deny organized crime anymore. Magaddino's furious, blames everyone but himself. By the 60s, he's getting paranoid, greedy. Charges his own guys a family tax, $500 a month, keeps them broke while he's sitting on $500,000 in cash, stashed in his funeral parlor attic. His soldiers start grumbling. In 1964, his cousin Joe Bonanno, boss of the Bonanno family, tries to take over the commission, wants Magaddino and others out. It's called the Bonanno War. Magaddino backs the commission, kidnaps Bonanno in 64, holds him 19 days. Bonanno survives, retires to Arizona, but the bad blood festers. Then, in 1968, Magaddino's own men turn. His underboss, Fred Randaccio, gets nabbed for robbery, 25 years. The family splits. Guys like Joe Fino and Danny Sansonis in Niagara Falls, Sammy Nicoletti in Rochester, start pushing back. They're sick of his iron rule. July 19th, 1974, he dies of a heart attack at his daughter Pietra's home in Niagara Falls. Buried at St. Joseph's Cemetery in Niagara Falls, massive funeral, cops, feds, even Canadian Mounties watching. After he's gone, the family fractures, Sammy Pieri, Joe Fino, Joe DiCarlo fight for control. By the 80s, the Magaddino family's a shell, renamed the Buffalo crime family under Joe Todaro. His legacy? He was a founding father of the American Mafia, one of the last Sicilian bosses who lived the old code. But his paranoia and greed alienated his own men, left his family weak. For me, I think he held power too long, couldn't adapt when the game changed. What do you think? Was Magaddino a master don? Or did he dig his own grave?